We are in for a treat in this matchup, Greg, with two conference rivals set to clash yet again.
Yeah, we're going to see some added effort and intensity, and don't be surprised if it gets a little chippy.
A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. The 4 and the 5, it's Johnson and Pirtle. Jones is out there with Devin Vassell, and it's McDermott in at the 3. Shot clock at 5. Yes, that goes in.
McDermott. Yeah, that's a good way to start the game. Nice inside bucket right there.
Richard, one of the greatest coaches in the history of pro basketball, a guy you played for, Greg Popovich, on March 11th, 2022, broke the all-time winningest mark for a head coach in the NBA.
And what's so special is all of those victories are coming with the Spurs. And look, I had an opportunity to apologize to Pop, because if it wasn't for me, he probably would have gotten here sooner.
Well, I think he would say that's completely not true. But he had to be one of the great coaches you played for.
It was. My career got extended because of the things that I learned in San Antonio. If I wouldn't have had that experience with him and their coaching staff, I would never have played as long as I did.
An unselfish wing who continues to evolve as a playmaker. Wiggins shows he's more than just a scorer.
Johnson, the pass to Vassell. Kicks it out to Johnson. Over Wiggins. Pirtle dishes to Johnson. Over Wiggins. There's the pass to Jones. Passes it to Vassell. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Warriors on top. They're up by 1. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
And get ready to move. And welcome out.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
And so it's Golden State with it. Well, Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, the first lottery pick teammates ever to play in the NBA Finals, RJ, in their rookie season.
Yeah, the Dubs' strength in numbers, it got bolstered by some of these up-and-comers. You had Jordan, who was most improved candidate last year, and then eventually we'd love to see a lot from James Wiseman.
And they're brought in, these younger players, Richard, are brought in that great culture.
Oh, there's nothing like culture. We have talked about that culture can directly impact a player's trajectory for his entire career.
So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Jonathan Kuminga. Dante DiVincenzo is out there with Stephen Curry. Then it's Kevon Looney. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good.
And after a 2-decade-plus playoff streak, the Spurs have been in the lottery the last 3 seasons, and they're focused more on youth and development.
The Warriors making a switch here. Weissman's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Richard, the Spurs with one of the youngest rosters in the league. Some quality young talent that they're very excited about.
And also acquiring draft capital. And they have a history of finding some great players outside the lottery like Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili.
You're right. They've always done it.
Yeah, you got to when you're a small market. Got to invest in development.
And he lays it straight in. Looney's got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they need to emphasize rebounding going forward.
Warriors have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Takes the 13-footer. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Spurs trailed by 4. Pass to Sohan. And Wiseman sends it back.
And putting in work on the defensive end. Wiseman's swat providing a spark to his team.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively. But we gotta love that energy.
Here's Vassell. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
And Poole gets it to go.
One of the all-time great passing big men. Green opens up so many opportunities for this offense.
Here's Primo. Steps back and drains the jump shot.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Warriors lead by 4. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. They ended the period holding on to a slim 1-point lead. And so far, they're out in front, but not by much as we head into the half. Taking a look at the Warriors. Kenny, what you think?
They've run this offense seamlessly. Each guy seems to understand his role. They're making smart decisions with the basketball, and I can give a shout-out to the playmakers. This team's success is because of you, brother.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
It's time to wake up. They came out unfocused, unmotivated, unprepared, and it shows the efficiency. It's a terrible field goal percentage. They could be way ahead in this game if they were taking better shots.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Warriors.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. I've heard it said, Greg, a coach can't give you confidence, but they can take it away. What's the meaning behind that?
Well, players at this level are naturally confident, but when coaches are always critical, it can take you out of your game. Makes you just start to think a little too much on the floor.
On the court for San Antonio. McDermott in at the forward with Johnson as the other. Jones is out there with Devin Vassell. And it's Pirtle in at the 5. Jones looking for an opening. Shot clock at 6. Back to Johnson. From deep. Wiggins with the rebound. Warriors leading by 4. And Greg Keldon Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
Outside, Jones. Drives to the hoop. It's tipped. Shoots over Curry. Jones, no luck. And so Green will bring it up for the Warriors. Haven't given up any points here in the second half. The three from Poole. Drains it from beyond the arc. Poole's got 10 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring. Able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Johnson outside. Now here's McDermott. He's covered by Thompson. Here's Vassell. They get it again. Pirtle kicks to Johnson. Another shot. Right through the D for the layup.
That's good defense, but Johnson with the size and body control, man, that's tough to counter.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Right back after this break. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. So with Curry sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Dante DiVincenzo, Jonathan Kuminga out there with Kevon Looney. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint. DiVincenzo passes to Green, and the rejection by Chang. Pass to Primo. The shot, no good. Wiggins with some nice D. DiVincenzo kicks to Kuminga. 1:12 left to play here in the fourth. Now the pass to DiVincenzo. It's good from long range. DiVincenzo's got the lead up to 10 now for the Warriors.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Warriors.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
Pass to Wiggins. Shoots over Vassell. And it's Wiggins missing.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly, if they just play smart, this game's over. They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Bates Diop. Good on the triple.
Bates Diop. 3 points.
There's 10 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's DiVincenzo. So we see the Warriors get the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.